there we go. Excellent. All right, ladies, we're here for some stretching and rolling. First, we're just going to loosen up a little bit. So rather than jump straight on the foam roller, I'll just get you all to stand up and move around a fraction. So we'll just do some of these ones. Just get your body moving. I think most of you have probably been sitting all morning, I would say. So we'll just limber up a little. It's a lovely day in Sydney. Seems like about 20 odd degrees out there. All right, let's keep going, keep going. We'll do some overhead ones as well. So like so, I'm going to ditch this jacket in a sec. All right, nice and high. It's always good to loosen up a little bit before you try and do some stretching or rolling. We'll just do some twisting like so. Sometimes your body will just release itself a little, like you might get a back crack here or something. That's a good thing. So always work around the injuries that you might have as well. Okay, that's it. Excellent. Okay, we're just going to do some good mornings. So just bring your hands behind your head, bending at the waist. Just try and get the hamstrings a little bit loose, warmed up. Just release your lower back a fraction. Okay. All right, keep going. We'll do about 5 more. Good. 3, 2, yep, and done. Excellent. I'm just going to do a bit of ankle mobility. So just down like so. So just putting the toe on the floor. Drive your knee out, okay? Drive your knee out like so. Just try and loosen up through the ankle joint. And swap it over, other side, so pushing your knee out. That's it. Good, good, good. Excellent. All right, we're going to come down on the floor. Okay, so it's flat down onto your bellies. Okay, we're basically going to come down with your hands under your chin like so. Bring your leg all the way over. Bring your leg all the way over. So sort of bend it up. So these are sometimes called scorpions. So we're going to do 20 of these. So you should feel it in your lower back, maybe a bit in your mid back, front of the hips as well. I'm just going to take off this jumper. Let's do 10 more of those, everyone. If you can't get all the way over, don't worry about it. Don't put too much pressure on your lower back, or if you feel it in your shoulders potentially, you don't want too much pressure. Okay, and when you're ready, we're going to come up after you've done 10. So back onto the knees like so. Okay, I want you to bring your knees nice and wide like that. Keep your feet together. Reach your hands out in front, child's pose, so all the way down to the floor. Don't make a rookie error like me and wear a hat. You want to try and get your forehead onto the floor. Okay, so all the way back like so. And then I want you to come all the way forward like so. So flat, extend up like a cobra a little bit, and then all the way back. Okay, hold it for a second or two. All the way forward again. Come up like a cobra. Okay, all the way back. So you're going to repeat this 10 times. And then all the way forward, cobra up and back. Let's do 6 more of these. And push it up. If it feels good to hold it there for a second, hold it. Okay, and then all the way back through to the feet, the ankles, and then forward. So a little bit of dynamic movement, moving rather than just static. Okay, let's do 3 more of these and then up. Some of you have done yoga before. Some of these are based on, they're just stretches, but yoga obviously calls them different things. So I'm not going to even attempt to call them the yoga words, but we'll call them cobra because it looks like a cobra snake coming up. And then child's pose, which I have no idea why they call it that. But anyway, some useless trivia for you. Excellent. All right. So Coming down on your knees like so. I want you to bring one foot forward all the way. Yep, so let's just say your left foot forward, okay? You're going to flex your back foot. So you've got your toes slightly curled under, okay? Then what I want you to do is come back, pulling the front foot towards you. So you feel that in the hamstring, okay? And then come forward like so. So you feel that in the front of the hip on the opposite leg. So right back again into the hamstring. So you feel it hamstring on your left and then forward through the knee like so. Looks like we've all got this. If it's too much pressure for your knee, you need to put something underneath it, do so. Okay, and if it's too much to go all the way back, that's fine. Just go back to wherever you're comfortable. You don't want to blow your knee out or anything. Everyone's got slightly different knees, so if you can only get to there, that's fine. Bring your chest up if you need to, bring your toe up. Okay, and let's repeat 4 more of these. 4. So you do the same side, and then you go to the other side. So all the way back. Yeah, go a bit slower. Some of you are going too fast there. Speed is not the aim of the game here. Full range of movement. If you need to add in some breathing through it as well, so get some breath work in there, it'll help you release and get more into the joint itself and release it, because that's what we're trying to do. Remember, it's not just a let's rock back and forth exercise. All right, okay, let's swap to the other side. So I've got my right leg forward, curl the left toe behind, okay? All right, so pushing it all the way forward. Let's start with the forward stuff. So forward like so. So you're feeling that through that left thigh, and then right back into the haunches on your left, pulling your right toe up, okay? You'll find one side is much easier than the other usually. So actually keep your front heel on the ground as well. Don't lift that heel up like so. Keep the front heel down. And then, yep, back like so. Oof, tight in the old hammies. Lean forward. So let's do at least 6 more of these. These ones are nasty, aren't they? And so Suzanne, you need to get your hand. You need to get your hands down so you can get those get right down and bend into that hamstring. Okay. So when you come back, like so, pull the toe up. Okay, 2 more on this side. Yep. 2. Oh, okay, 1 more. And lucky last. Cool. Excellent. All right, let's jump on the foam roller, ladies. We should all be a lot more limber now. So first we're going to do a glute foam roll. There's a bit of a bread and butter foam roll exercise / release. Sit on top of the foam roller, okay? Bring your right leg across your left knee, please. Have your right hand at the back, okay? So whichever leg's bent across the top, that's the way you lean. So towards the right-hand side. Basically, your left butt cheek is not even on the foam roller. And I want you to find a roll up and down on your butt cheek and find that spot in your glute that is really tight and work over that over and over, okay? So there's no hard and fast rule. Obviously, if you feel tighter on one side, work that area more so than the other side. If it doesn't feel like it's really doing much at all, it's probably not really doing much at all, to be honest. 2 things, you're either not doing it right or you're not very tight there or restricted, okay? All right. Sometimes with the glute, you want to maybe bring your leg out like that. You might feel it a little bit more and pull your toe up towards your head. And for me, I can find it like right on the bone of my butt cheek. I can get it right in there. All right. If you've got a spiky ball, this is a spiky ball is a better thing to use for this particular one than a foam roller. All right, let's go to the other side. So again, one of the rules, foam rolling 101, all of you on here should know this, but just in case, never use the foam roller on your lower back and never use it on your neck directly. There's not enough flesh. If you feel your neck and your lower back, there's hardly any body fat around there, and it puts too much pressure on the vertebrae. So there's other things you can do for that area, but foam rolling is not one, okay? All right, let's go back and forth, back and forth. Cool. Going to get on to a nastier one now. We're going to do our quads. Everyone loves these. So quads, the front of your legs, okay? So basically we're going to start with doing both at the same time. So come over on your knees, bring the foam roller in front of you. I want you to sort of place it mid-thigh, okay? Come down onto your elbows, lift your feet up off the floor. So I want you to turn your heels out and your toes in. So that's heels out, toes in, very slightly, okay? And then we're just going to go back and forth, and you should feel that right on the outside of your quads slash thighs. For some of you, this will be excruciatingly painful. It will get better the more you do this. It just basically means you're very tight through that area, particularly for people that sit at a desk for a lot of the day. Your quads and your hip flexors shrink. They tighten up. So yes, move more, get more blood flow in there, and that's what this is doing, getting some blood flow in there, trying to break up some of that tissue that's been restricted for a long time. All right, just keep going, ladies, back and forth. So we're going to move on to single leg after this. That's where the fun starts to really kick in. All right, so coming up on your knees again, I want you to bring it all the way over to your right-hand side, okay? And so you're basically going to just have it in front of your right quad, your right thigh, come down with the right leg, bend the left leg up at like a right angle, okay? So you see that there, so you're going to pivot off that leg. All right, now I just want you to roll up and down. You're not going to use the foam roller on your knees as well because there's no flesh there. So foam rollers to release soft tissue. The knee is bone. There's really no soft tissue there apart from the stuff under the bone. So no point. It just hurts for no reason. All right, so let's go up and down. This is nasty, isn't it, this one? Yes, I'm a bit tight too. Cyclists will get very tight in their quads too, because even though they're doing exercise, they're sitting in that fixed position, which is like a flexed position, and they're not getting that full extension through the hip that you get if you run or walk. All right, let's bring it over to the other side, ladies. So coming up on the knees again, over to your left-hand side. So you're going to get your leg out at the right angle, right leg, right angle. Excellent, you're looking good. Come down on the elbows and your left leg's off the floor, and you're just going up and down, up and down. Again, if you feel tighter on one side, roll that side more. Okay, so we're going to do a fraction more on the lower body. So we'll do calves next, and then we're going to go on to some upper body stuff, okay? But if you're time poor, focus on the areas where you feel restricted. That's my best advice. And, you know, doing this whilst you're just doing, you know, watching the news or something like that is probably a really good habit to get into. All right, ladies, let's come over onto our butt again. So sitting down and just bringing the foam roller over to your right-hand side. So you're going to bring it like so, okay, and having your left leg there because you're going to push yourself up. So hands behind you, doing the calves now. So see how my foot's right out at an angle. You're basically going to hold your butt off the ground, and you're going to rock back and forth on your calf. You don't want to do it like this, okay, because you're actually needing to like engage part of the muscle when you're doing that, bending the knee like that, okay? So you want to keep your knee relatively straight and just roll. And if you find a spot that's really tight, for me, it's right up the top of my calf on the outside. just work that over and over again. Okay, try and pressure release it there in that spot. Any women who are still wearing heels a lot, you'll find your calves are very tight because they, again, shrink because you don't have full range of movement. Oh, sorry, you don't have full extension of your like natural foot because your heels are elevated. So you'll find your calves generally shrink and tighten up. Fun times. I think it's a short person thing, right? All right, let's move it over. So other side. So left side, you're going to come up on your right foot, take some body weight, and with your hands, look, if you've got wrist injuries or anything like that, you can do it sitting on the ground as best you can. Keep your butt down, you know, and you can just maybe shuffle yourself along back and forth. A bit of friction on your bum. Okay. All right, let's go back and forth. Cool. Again, you can make it even harder if you wanted to. See how I've just brought my foot over like so. Obviously, it's hard on your upper body strength to be able to hold yourself in that position as well. And just go back and forth. Roll, roll. Get a little mini tricep workout whilst you're here. All right, done, ladies. Excellent. We all going okay? Feeling okay? Give me a little wave or thumbs up, please. Good. Yes. Okay. Excellent. So time for some upper body stuff. Okay. So we're going to finish with the nice one and we're going to start with the nasty one. Okay. So there'll be a couple in between. So come bring the foam roller like so, long ways. You're going to come on your side like so. You're going to bring your shoulder blade directly on top of the foam roller. Okay. Bring your knees so you're completely facing one side, sort of like almost fetal position. All right, bring your knees up to your chest, bring your palm to the sky, ceiling. So you're not lifting yourself off the floor. So just bring that leg back. We're going to pivot off that leg and you're just going to roll back and forth gently. If it hurts a lot, just roll very small, very small movements, okay? If you feel that it's okay, I just want you to go back and forth. Don't push yourself up the ground and do it. It's usually too much pressure and you get the wrong spot anyway, okay? So keep your hip on the ground, push off that top leg, okay? Palm to the sky because that retracts the top of the humerus, which is the funny bone. So basically from your shoulder down to your elbow, okay? If you got your palm up to the sky, it rotates the bone back into the shoulder socket properly. So rather than closing it over, okay? So palm up. You're trying to open up through your shoulders rather than close them down. We do enough front stuff. We don't need to add to it. Okay, keep going. All right. Now what we're going to do is just hold that position, okay? And we're going to try and bring our left shoulder all the way over, rotate it towards the foam roller, and then bring it back. So you're rotating yourself. So pretend like you're wringing a towel, okay? You're wringing your shoulders one way, and then your hips are staying the other way, okay? And back. All right, so roll it forward, yep, and back. Okay, so we've got to get a bit of rotational movement going on here through our trunk and shoulder blade area, thoracic spine. Okay, let's do 5 more of these. Good. Yep. 3. 2. If it's too much pressure for your neck, you can always just have a little rest halfway, like just have a relax with your head. If you feel like you're really straining up in your traps and stuff. All right, just have a little rest like that and then get back to it. Don't overdo it, okay? The worst thing you want is an injury from trying to, you know, be kind to yourself. All right. So come over. We're going to do the other side now. So bring the foam roller under your left shoulder blade. Okay. Bring your knees up to that hip position. So almost fetal position. Yep. Palm to the sky. Right foot is the thing you're going to pivot off. Okay, so arms off the ground and you're moving up and down on the shoulder blade. You might feel a little bit into the tricep as well, like right in behind. So you might need to just angle your body slightly forward and you'll feel it more into the tricep and the back of the shoulder. Always one side is worse than the other. Sometimes it's because that's your dominant arm, because you're driving with it, leaning forward, using the mouse, leaning forward, and it sort of pulls forward more than the other because it's doing more. And then sometimes it's tighter on the opposite side because that shoulder is pulling it towards the other in the wrong direction. So it's restricted. Oof. That being the case with me, my left is very tight. All right, and we'll do the rocking, ladies. So rocking it over. So trying to ring the spine over, yep, and over. You got some bad clicking. Let's not exacerbate it, okay? Releasing, like cracking, is a good thing. Like you feel one big release, nice, that's good. Constant clicking or rubbing is not a good thing, okay? That's something you need to generally get looked at and get some further advice on. And again, there's some other things we can do to help you with that, not just foam rolling, more targeted. All right, excellent. Okay, one more on the foam roller for our thoracic. Cool. So bringing it down into your mid-back. Actually, we'll do two more. Bring it down into your mid-back like so. So under sort of bra strap area. All right, just under shoulder blades. All right, and basically supporting your head. Okay, opening up through the shoulders. You've got your elbows facing the ceiling. You're facing the ceiling with your eyes. Lift your butt up. And again, remember, nothing in the lower back. So you're just rolling from the top of the shoulder blades, okay, just down past the bottom of the ribs, okay? So shoulder blades to ribs. Let's go back and forth. This is probably the nicest one. Many people will get a release here, like a back crack, okay, which is what you want. That's your body's vertebrae just realigning itself. Like if any of you have been to the osteo or the physio or chiro, that's what you want. Okay. And if you want to very just slightly lean towards one side, just slightly, like literally 5 degrees, maybe 10. Okay, just to try to get the inside vertebrae a little bit more. Okay, and do about 5 or 6 back and forths, and then we'll go to the other side, very slightly leaning towards it. Again, if it's too much for your neck or anything, just have a little rest. Put your bum down, have a little rest. Use the foam roller as a pillow. Take some breaths. Okay. All right, we've got one to go, ladies. So we're just going to get the foam roller, okay, and bring it now vertically rather than horizontally. So vertical. So we're going to do one they call the Jesus stretch, you know. So it simulates Jesus on the cross. Or I was reading a book last night. The other guy, Barabbas. It wasn't a religious book, but anyway. All right, so laying down. Okay. This is the one where we just relax. So basically bring your palms up to the ceiling. Always keep your legs bent, otherwise there's too much pressure on your lower back. Okay, so palms to the ceiling. And you're just basically bringing your arms spread out. And just trying to drop those shoulder blades over the foam roller. So what you can do here, which I strongly recommend, is this is the one you'd finish with normally, like your stretching session. You would take in probably 10 big deep breaths. So big deep breath in, right up through the nose. Let's do it together. So breathing in. And then very slowly, counting to 5, breathing out through the mouth. and repeat. So all the way in to right down into your belly. You feel it, and then out slowly. And go again. And then out slowly. Let's go once more, everyone. In. And then out slowly. So the reason why breathing is so effective with that one is because your lungs are basically surrounded by your ribs, right? And so therefore, it releases all your ribs, your rib cage, your thoracic at the same time. So ladies, wake up from your slumber. Feel free to go back to that. I'll take you all off mute. All right. How do I do that? Actually, I have to ask you to unmute. There you go. How are we going? Take yourselves off mute for a second, ladies.
Thanks, Bran. That was